Picture this. It's Friday night. You don't have any homework. Your 4 best friends rode the bus home with you for a Valorant sleepover. Your parents picked up one of those rectangular party pizzas and you get one of the corner pieces. Everything is perfect. First map, split. Easy. You lock in Omen. Attack? No problem. Like a well-oiled machine, your friends take quick B site control. You immediately begin sneaking up on the late mid-lurk. They have full site control. It's just like the banana coach said. Just plant for heaven and secure the round. The retake begins. Your friends get their ones, but as the dust settles, it's still 1v1. You were waiting for this moment. Every odd is in your favor. You slowly sneak up into B heaven as you hear the last enemy drop onto site. You hear the defuse sound and you peek out. And it's planted default? What the hell, Frank? We had full site control. They stick the bomb and we lose. Don't be like Frank. Listen up. It's time to explain bomb plant hygiene. When the bomb is planted, the rules of Valorant become flipped. The attackers are now the defenders, and the defenders are now the attackers. The mere action of planting the bomb almost always sways the expected outcome of the round. However, many fail to take into account all of the factors at play before they choose to plant the bomb. A hasty decision can turn a winning round into a losing one. Before I introduce my own personal theory behind bomb planting, I'd like to preface this video with a disclaimer. Valorant is a dynamic game with millions of compounding factors at play. There does not exist a one-size-fits-all approach to decision-making in such a game, and it's important that you still try to break the rules every now and then when it feels appropriate to you. Now that that's out of the way, allow me to introduce some new terminology that I will use throughout the video for bomb planting. Planter safety. How likely is the planter to survive the process of planting the bomb? Spammability. How easy is it to kill a diffuser on the bomb without seeing them? Flexibility. How many available angles do the attackers have to kill the diffuser? And Zane factor. How many non-standard tactics does the plant leverage for the attackers? You may already be realizing now when certain bomb plants are stronger than others, but let's go over some simple and tricky scenarios. We've just killed an enemy Omen on C-Site Haven, and our Omen has spotted the remaining 2 enemies rotating CT. They're very far away, and we have enough time to plant wherever we want. Where should we plant? Let's consider our 4 reasonable options. Let's attempt to analyze each plant using the 4 categories mentioned previously. Starting with the default plant, you probably quickly realize that this is the least flexible plant, as it is designed with planter safety in mind. Since our current scenario ensures maximum planter safety for all plants, we can quickly eliminate the default plant as an option. Next, let's consider the fully open plant. While it's definitely a 5 out of 5 when it comes to flexibility, it's not very spammable, and we could be in trouble if the enemy jet smokes it off for a defuse. There's no Zane factor that this bomb has to warrant this lack of spammability, so we can rule it out as well. Finally, let's compare the 2 most common plants seen in this scenario. This is where many make a mistake. The plant next to default is actually a weaker plant than the plant next to platform. Can you see why? The platform plant actually has significantly more flexibility, and it's also slightly easier to spam. However, you may have noticed at this point that I fabricated this scenario in a very specific way. I intentionally made sure that the attackers did not have their controller alive. This is because the presence of a controller would improve the Zane factor score of the plant with less flexibility here, since a smoke can be placed on the double boxes to create an advantageous one-way against the diffuser. Okay, Woohoosian, but what if a controller was alive? Which plant is better then? The platform plant has higher flexibility, but the boxes plant has higher Zane factor. At this point, you're thinking about bomb planting correctly. There's no objective answer anymore, and there are many other factors to consider as well. Can the enemy jet negate our one-way with a smoke of her own? Do we care about the increased flexibility of the platform plant, or are we all just going to go C-long anyways? These are great questions to ask yourself, and if you're thinking about spike planting in this manner, you will see great success. Let's look at a real example now. Here, we have a fracture round from a VOD submitted on my stream. Our team has taken control of A site, and importantly, the enemy breach has ultimate. This ultimate is a clear indicator that we will be unable to play on site during the retake and will need a plan for the post plant. Unfortunately, our diamond teammate decides to plant default, prioritizing their own sense of safety over any realistic winning chances we had for the round. The round plays out exactly as you'd expect.
One more close.
You will not kill my ally.
Reviving close. Everyone is on site.
Last player standing.
Due to the lack of flexibility and spammability of our default plant, we're forced to walk out through a molly and lose the round without being able to fight back. What should we have done? Isn't planting in the corner for the A main spam a death sentence for the planter? Well, the answer here is no. Our planter Omen has his ultimate online. If they'd made the smarter decision to plant for A main and ulted away to safety, our odds of winning the round would have been dramatically higher. While I could go through more examples, I'd really like to leave it at that. Determining if a plant is good or not becomes relatively straightforward once you understand what factors to pay attention to. I hope this video was helpful. I spent a long time deliberating over how to break down this concept in the simplest way possible without eliminating any of the important nuance. Massive shout out to all of my tier 3 subscribers on Discord. Without you, I genuinely would be unable to put this much time into a single video. Thank you so much for your generosity. I hope this video was worth the wait. Your support is funding many more videos to come just like this one. Thank you.